Okay, today we're going to be tying a little micro streamer. Primarily what I use this for is for the smallmouth bass that are in the streams around me. Got a little barbless jig hook on there, it's size 10. Just a jig hook, not a streamer jig hook with the extra long shank. This is just a regular standard shank. So it's going to turn out rather small, but perfect size for those smallmouths that are 8-9 inches. Don't necessarily go out and target those. I'm looking for the 22-incher, but you know you always run into a bunch of those guys when you're out there looking for the big one. So here's a fly for them. What I'm going to start with is a little lead wire. This is a 0.015 lead wire. And I'm going to put on about 8-9 wraps. About 10 wraps. Spin it on. Just want to add a little more weight to it. I want to get it down a little quicker. I've tied these a lot with beads. Don't have any bead on this one here. I like the profile without a bead on this. You'll see how it turns out here in a second. Go ahead, put your thread on. Thread I'm using is 100 denier. It's that Royal Sissy thread that I bought a whole bunch of it at one point and still using it up. Will be for a while. It works great though. It's like a silk thread. Good flat tying thread. Works well. Go ahead, cut away your excess there. Get that out of there. Alright, once you have that on, what we're going to do, we're going to make a little tail out of Peacock swords. I ordered a bunch of these over the quarantine period when I couldn't get to a fly shop, so I put a big bulk order in. I think it was for 100 of the feathers, and then these big feathers got. This is just one, and this is all, you know, I've been using this for a while now, but what I want to do is take about 5 or so of these swords, strip them off. So now you got something that looks like that. You're going to lay them right on top of your hook there. And what about the shank length for a tail? Maybe a little shorter. A little stubby tail will look pretty good on this. Little loose wrap. Tie it back to the top of the bend of the hook. And take your thread up underneath a couple times. Make sure they're nice and secured. And go ahead and cut them away here. Alright. What's nice about these swords is you can reuse the section I just cut away for your next tail. Let me pick them up and show you here. May not be as pretty as the first one right here, but they are still usable for your next tail. So you can put those aside, save them. If you're like me, doesn't like to throw a lot of stuff that's savable away. If you want to see my time desk, that's proof of it. But anyway, let's go ahead, wrap that down a little bit, and we're going to add a little bit of this crystal flash. You could add 2 or 4 strands. I want to add 2 strands to this. On my side, I'm going to wrap it down a couple times. I'm going to flip it over. Put one on your side. Got it about the length of the tail there. Got one there, one there. Alright, I just got a couple pieces of flash in there so you can, a little more attractant. From here we're going to add a piece of monofilament. Monofilament is just a 4-pound test, smaller for these smaller flies. I've used as high as 20 pounds on big flies, but this 4-pound works good. All we're going to use this for is a counter wrap over top of our hackle to secure it. Go ahead and take, now you're going to get a piece of your Peacock Hurl. I got, again, ordered in bulk, got these big plumes. I'm going to take 3 of them. I want this body to be nice and big and juicy. So we're going to go ahead and add 3 of these high quality Peacock Hurl. Go ahead, tie it in. Build that body up every time there. Go ahead and wrap it up. If you watch my other videos, see that I like a rotary vise, but you can go hand over hand if you want. This just takes a lot less time, and I feel like I'm a little more precise with it. Right up to the front here. Go ahead, tie it off. Just one tie over top will secure it to where you can let go. Couple wraps. Cut that away. Couple more wraps. And now we're going to tie in a piece of hackle. The hackle that I selected is from a bargain barrel cape that I have. It's got a lot of these bigger webby feathers on it in the back there, but every cape or every saddle that you have has these in the back. So unless you have those 100 fly packs, they don't have any of these, but regular saddle does. All you want to do is pick one that's nice and webby, nice long feathers that are going to stroke back really nicely. And you want to tie it in with the shiny side, the good side, facing forward. So when you tie it in, just set it up against your fly. Good side facing forward, the shiny side. You've got a good side and a bad side. And go ahead and tie that stem in. Cut it away. It's in there nice and securely now. And you want to start by stroking the feathers back a little bit. And you want 2 turns to start off with. You want a nice big thick front of your fly with these hackle feathers. And stroke it back. Palmer it. Not too big a wraps, but big enough. You can use your hackle pliers if you need them. I don't think I'm going to need them here. I'm going to give it one more wrap. Last wrap. And the reason you tied your monofilament in is now you're going to take that mono, capture that feather, and now wrap forward through the hackle, trying not to capture any of these feathers. And a good way to do that is just move it back and forth. Back and forth. And that'll help eliminate trapping anything in there. Back and forth. You've seen me do this on other my videos there. I got that hook in there nicely secured. Stroke your your hackle back. Try to get that last piece out of there. He wants to be tough on me, don't he? Here we go. Bring your thread up. Capture that in there. 2, 3, 4. Make sure that's nice and secure in there. And one piece of that feather wants to play hardball, doesn't it? That's okay. Alright, now that it's secured in there, you can go and cut that away. Stroke everything back. And go ahead and build up a little head here. Got a nice little orange head to being retracted also. But it looks good. Once you get it all tied in there. How's that look? That looks pretty good. Go ahead and take your whip finish tool. Give it a couple whips. Oh, got to freed that thread a little bit. It's alright. Boy, that thread really came apart, huh? Yeah. Trim that right up. No big deal. Trim it right up right here. Reach in, cut your tail away. Not your tail, your little piece of your hackle feather that you tied in there. There you go. Now you can take a brush, brush that out a little bit. There you go. That looks pretty good. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get that lighter, show you how to do that. That's good opportunity how to show you how to do that without burning anything up. Okay, I'm back. Now we get all that thread to frayed on us. I'm gonna dip my fingers a little bit, stroke everything back. I got a little Dixie cup here with water in it. Hold it tight. Just a quick little, and there you go. Came out pretty good, huh? There we go. Alright, put a little UV finish on there. Take your bodkin, spread it around. Take your curing light. Give it a good zap. We're going to brush this out one more time for your last final view of the fly there. After I manhandled it there, I kind of got it all matted up. We'll fix that real quick. Doesn't really matter because when it gets in the water, it's going to look a lot differently. This actually has a nice pulsating profile to it. When it's in the water, it just looks pretty good. Alright. Stroke it back. You want to get those fibers that are stuck together there. Being they're webby fibers, you want to brush them out. So now you got a fly that looks like that. There you go. Little micro streamer. Small. It's on a size 10 jig hook, not a streamer hook, but a regular jig hook. And it's meant for the smaller fish, such as the smallmouth. Good for trout. Good for a lot of different species. I'm sure your bigger bluegills will chase this around. And if you need to, you can add a little split shot, maybe 4 or 5 inches in front of it. Give it a little more weight, get it down there, but it's got a lot of action to it. That's why I like to fish these, and they work well. Okay, all right, I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and tell me what you think about it. All right, thanks for watching. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next time.